Good morning, my loves. Today I have filmed a 30-month eat, sleep, feed routine, and we're starting the day off with her first feed, which is usually around 6:30 in the morning, and then we head downstairs for breakfast. And I'm making her usual. We normally start the day off with some porridge with some blueberries and strawberries, and I'm serving her breakfast at 8 o'clock. Usually we used to do breakfast at 8:30, but Ivy started to wake up super early, anything between 6 and 6:30 a.m. So her breakfast routine has definitely become earlier, and she normally loves her porridge, so she did a good job on it and just left a couple of spoons. And then I like to give Ivy a feed just before we head out to drop Ari to creche, and this is usually around 9 a.m. I find this actually helps her settle in the car because she actually hates being in a car seat, and also because 50% of the time she would normally fall asleep on the way back, and I usually feed her off both sides so she has a nice full belly before she goes for her nap. So we head out to drop Ari to creche around 9:20, and this is usually the time she would go for a nap, but today she didn't fall asleep in the car, so we are doing nap time in her cot. So I am doing the same process here where I'm feeding her, so she actually got a bonus feed here. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I recently moved Ivy in with Ari. It just felt right as Ivy has started sleeping through the night, and Ari is such a good sleeper that Ivy doesn't distract Ari in any sort of way. But going back to her nap routine, I usually feed her until she is asleep, and I just rock her for a little while to make sure that she is fully asleep before I transition her into her cot. And she really doesn't take long before she is asleep. She is asleep within 10 minutes. Once she's asleep, I usually head downstairs and start prepping her lunch, and today I'm filming a reel for Instagram, so if you would like to see it, I'll leave my handle up on the screen somewhere. And for today's lunch, I'm making her puff pastry cheesy carrot twist, a super easy recipe, and they usually go down a treat for babies and for adults. You really do have to try them. And at 11:40, Ivy is now awake, and usually when she wakes up she just goes off playing with her teddies in her cot. We head downstairs and I'm preparing Ivy a snack now because it's still a while before she has her lunch, and today I'm giving her peanut butter on banana, such an easy delicious snack for them. And to be honest, Ivy loves banana. You can't get enough, and you can just witness her demolishing her banana snack in seconds, and she's washing it down with some water. She's actually really good for drinking water, and I think this Tum Tum weighted straw water bottle has definitely helped her increase her water intake. I actually have a discount code for you guys, and if you're interested in purchasing one of these, I'll leave the discount code on the screen for you and in the description box down below. But once we're back from collecting Ari from creche, it is lunchtime, and I am just preparing the last bit of their lunch, and I have made them an omelette to go with their cheese twist, and I am giving them some grapes. But Ivy is definitely a foodie, and as soon as she sees me preparing her lunch, she wants to be up in my arms. So I've just popped her into this Senra carrier because this just helps take the weight off of my arm when I'm trying to do everything one-handed. Once again, I have a discount code for you guys, so if you're interested in purchasing one of these, I'll leave the discount code on the screen and in the description box down below. And this is today's lunch: some omelette, some cheese twists and some grapes. And I was filming a reel for my Instagram, hence why she is just plonked in the middle of our kitchen and dining area, but she does go straight in with the cheese twist, and I think she likes them. I actually forgot to mention what time I serve lunch, but we normally do lunch around 1 o'clock. She normally demolishes her lunch within 10 to 15 minutes. Today she took just 10 minutes, and I think she enjoyed it because there isn't much left on the plate. Once she finishes eating, she normally has a bit of playtime, and then around 2:30 we head upstairs for her second nap of the day. And the second nap is also done in her room in her cot, and I follow the same routine where I feed her from both sides until she is fully asleep, and then I transfer her into her cot. And I always like to do this rocking motion right at the end because I associate that with her sleep, so eventually when she's weaned off the boob, she will just be rocked to sleep instead. And by 2:50 she is now asleep, and it did take a little bit longer this time because I don't think she was as tired. Once Ivy is down for her second nap, it is time for me to prep dinner, and today I am serving pasta with a broccoli sauce. I also made a reel on this, so if you're interested in making this meal, then make sure you check out my Instagram. I'll leave the handle up on the screen. By the time I have dinner done, Ivy is now awake just after 4 o'clock. Once we head downstairs, I like to offer Ivy another snack, and this is around 4:15. And because it's really close to dinner time, I'm just offering Ivy one of these banana OT bars. But I'm only giving her half to start off with because I didn't want to make her too full for dinner, and also this just settles her to go off and play. But I have to say she has become very very cheeky at the moment and she just makes us laugh all day. She also doesn't mind playing independently, she just keeps herself busy. But then she did look for some more, so I ended up giving her the other half, so she ended up having the full bar, and then she just goes off playing again, and Ari joined in, and they just usually play together until it is dinner time. At 5:20 I start prepping their dinner because I like to serve dinner around 5:30, and I've just warmed up their pasta that I made earlier, and I'm just serving it with some tomato for Ivy. And we normally have dinner at the same time, so we all sit around the table, and Ari is sitting next to Ivy, and he is a big distraction, and he likes to just mess around, and he does more talking than eating. Anyone else's toddler do the same thing? Let me know in the comment section below, because Ari can take up to an hour and a half to eat his dinner. But back to Ivy, and I think she's really enjoying her pasta, and she normally likes pasta anyways, but she definitely liked the broccoli sauce. I actually thought I gave her too much, but she actually demolished the whole lot, and she has a empty plate. And again, she only took about 10 minutes to demolish her dinner. She didn't even leave anything behind. Look at her tray, it is completely clear with just a couple of tomato slices there. And then once I finish clearing up and Ivy and Ari have a bit of playtime, it is time for me to take them upstairs for bath time, and we usually head up around 6:45. Bath time is usually every other day for them, and to be honest, they love bath time, so I don't mind giving them a bath every other day, and they are usually really good in the bath as well, so I actually take this opportunity to have a shower myself. But once we're all showered and bathed, I take Ari into bed first, and then I take Ivy in, and it could be anything between 7:30 to 8 o'clock. I'm having to stagger their bedtime at the moment because they're both in the same bedroom now, and I like to make sure that Ari is fully asleep, because once he's asleep he is in a deep sleep and Ivy cannot wake him up. But to be honest, Ivy is so good for going to sleep as well, so I just pop her into her sleeping bag and I just make sure the room is nice and dark, hence why I am now doing a screen recording. You can just see me in that far corner. I actually forgot to move the camera before I sat down. And again, I just follow the same sleep routine where I feed her from both sides until she is fully asleep or sleepy. I do like to make sure she is awake before I put her into her cot. And the reason I like to put her into her cot while she is awake is because I want her to learn how to self-settle, and she is doing actually really good and is able to self-settle herself back to sleep. So once I pop her into her cot, she normally takes a few minutes just to settle herself and find a good spot to sleep. She normally likes to sleep on her belly, and I'm just letting the screen recording run until she is fully asleep so that you can see her self-settle herself, and she usually takes around 10 to 15 minutes to fully fall asleep. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure you hit that subscribe button. That would mean so much to me. Hope to see you all in the next one.